Like the Kellz, we gotta let them know. We got it with a shield for being head. We got it with a shield for being head. Like the Kellz, we gotta let them know.
You are now locked in with Antoine Spivey. This is EnDaZone Sports.
Well. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend over the weekend. I hope everybody Monday is doing great. This is your boy Kellz, and welcome to another edition of EnDaZone Sports. I have a great show lineup for y'all tonight. Let's get right into it. The first topic order is that we're going to discuss the Browns recap. Well, the Browns recap was unfortunately not a good game. Unfortunately, the Browns offense still is sputtering. Joe Flacco is still throwing interceptions to the wrong team, throwing touchdowns to the wrong team. Also, that they did very well on the defensive side of the ball, but the offense needs some more going. Today, though, we also had a report out that the Browns did trade for a tackle, Cam Robinson from the Texans, which our tackles are injured. Jack Conklin is not available. DeJuan Jones is out for the year with that knee injury, and our tackles is giving up too much penetration. But the bright spot on the offense is that Quinshon Judkins is the running back of the future. I like Quinshon Judkins. He ran the ball really well this week, going against a tough Detroit Lions defensive run stopping team. Our offense needs our wide receiver to catch the ball. Jerry Jeudy is missing a lot of balls. Do not understand why he's not catching that. He usually catch them balls. I feel that Harold Fannin on that one play should have caught that ball. Jerry Jeudy should have caught that ball, and maybe we had a different story about the offense. On the defensive side of the ball, the Browns are playing as great as they can be. They held Jahmyr Gibbs to 91 yards rushing. They also held David Montgomery only to 12, but they also gave up 2 touchdown passes to the Sun God, around St. Brown. St. Brown is a tough cover. Most of the time he was matched up with Denzel Ward. He only had 7 catches, but those 2 touchdowns really hurt the Browns. But Myles Garrett and them boys is getting pressure. Isaac McGuire is getting pressure. Malik Collins and I forgot his name. Mason Graham is stuffing the run. They are really good run stuffer, Devin Bush, but the defense have to get off the field to sustain, to get the offense more chances to get into the groove of the game. Another thing I didn't like about the game is on the special teams. The special teams, come on now. Y'all did great last week. Andrew Smith, you did good. You missed a 53-yard field goal, but you hit a 55-yarder in a clutch situation. You need to start hitting these field goals, or we need to go look out for another kicker. Also, we gave up a punt returner. Come on, Bobby Bertrand. What is y'all teaching these boys? They need to learn to tackle. Their tackle integrity was not good on that play. Maybe Burgess probably outkicked the coverage, but you still have to stay in your lane to get that Khalif Raymond down. On the Detroit side of the ball, they did their thing on offense. Jared Goff threw an interception, which that was good for the Browns, but we also lost the turnover battle. Flacco threw 2 interceptions. Okay, Mr. Spivey, hey, what's up? The Browns has to be one of the worst. I ain't gonna say they are one of the worst. I have to say Tennessee Titans right now with Cam Ward down there in Tennessee, but the Browns are one of the worst. The thing with the Browns is they don't have no sustained drives, and they forget who they are. Now they should be able, since Quinshon Judkins is here, give him the ball. I'll give him the ball. Let him run the ball. Let's get into a situation like 2nd and 3 so we can use that play action pass, so we can get them wide receivers matchup that's more affordable. We could get David Njoku against a linebacker and Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin, you are a good rookie, but you need to catch that ball. Everybody needs to catch that ball. Unfortunately, Cedric Tillman is injured. We don't know the status of his injury. He came out of the game with a hamstring injury. But people forget, I like it, Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond brings us a little speed on the other end. That was a big trade. I was just talking about it to myself the other day. Like, man, what we need a tackle. So he was solidified one of the tackle position. I think he more like a right tackle. So we gonna still need a left tackle. I think since we got them 2 number 1 picks going into next year's draft, I feel that the Browns should go ahead and get up some tackles. The tackles, so because our offensive line is old, Jordan Batonio might retire next year. Wyatt Taylor is old. Jack Conklin is old. The only person that maybe be still there is Ethan Proce, our center. But we are supposed to have some good backups like Zenter and Luke Weber, but they can't get on the field for some reason. But with that, we got 2 number 1s. So next year draft, we should go into the draft thinking that we should go in the draft getting offensive tackles, offensive linemen, so we can use that run game with Krishan Jenkins and Daniel Sampson and all them boys behind there. But it was a bad week for the Browns. They couldn't sustain no drives. They couldn't get nothing going. It was just a bad week. Like I said before, they need to sustain these drives. They need to sustain the drives. They need also to catch the ball. I did my 3 keys of the game. I said, do not turn over the ball, win the turnover rate, and make sure you get off the field. Defense and offense get off the field. And they didn't. Detroit was 16-14 on third down conversion, and they gave a 2 touchdown pass to St. Brown. And at least they stopped Williams, Jamison Williams. Yes, our offense is being wasted with this offense because they stay on the field so long that they get tired. I mean, eventually the large nutrition going to be like, you going to get tired when the offense can't sustain enough drives. I think our biggest drive of the year was 65-yard drive, Flacco, the first game of the year with Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, Flacco has not done nothing. Flacco, you need to be better. And it was just word out on the streets that Stefanski is still going to pick Flacco to start. I don't understand why it's that. I don't get it. We need some infusion of some new young blood in there. So, I mean, just like Justin Dart of the New York Giants, look how their offense went when they benched Russell Wilson. I feel that the Browns should go ahead and do something about that. But on the Browns-Lions recap, it was a terrible game. Whatever game plan the Browns had was not suitable after the scripting. I thought after they scripted the drive, I thought the Browns was going to do something on offense. They marched right down and scored a touchdown and didn't do nothing after that. Stefanski has to start making adjustment to what the defense is doing. But the Browns should be able to adjust. But we have not adjusted. I don't know, is it because of our personnel or is it just Kevin Stefanski calling the plays and he's not in rhythm of the game? But once again, we need to have that going on. They need to sustain drives. They need to go ahead and change up the offense because the offense is not doing well. We're going to transition to the Browns, the quarterback change. I feel that the quarterback needs to be changed. I really do. This is pathetic. Joe Flacco it doesn't have it anymore. He was 6-14 last week. He threw 2 interceptions. On the year, he only threw 2 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions. Anywhere else, he'd have been benched. I do not know why Kevin Stefanski is staying with him. I don't understand why he will not give Gabriel and move Shador to the second string and leave Flacco to be a coach. If I was Flacco, I'd be wanting to be back home with my wife, eating corn chips or whatever he liked, and playing with my kids. Right now, he's over the hill. He's out his prime. The Browns need infusion of youth so we could get some type of excitement so the Browns can get some type of rhythm in their offense. With Gabriel, at least you know he's a time and rhythm quarterback. So you know you could get him like a two or three step drop. He looking at his read. If he don't see the first read, it's out. If he see his first read open, it's out. If he don't, he know how to scramble around. His mobility is what gonna help the Browns offense. Flacco needs to sit down because of his ineffectiveness of his plan. His plan is not as good as it was back when he came in when we made that playoff rush. But Flacco needs to go. We need to see Gabriel and Shedeur, because once again, we have 2 number 1 picks. If we need to go into this next year looking for a quarterback, that's on the Browns. The Browns drafted these 2 quarterbacks to play. We saw the Flacco experiment. The Flacco experiment is over with. I was warning people too, but people was like, oh no, they're gonna win with Flacco. Flacco is the best thing since. No, I didn't like Flacco. No, I told everybody Flacco was not gonna be good. Flacco is. I'm 49 and he's 40. I'm on the couch. He should be on the couch too. That's how I feel about it. But I can't tell that man. He's still playing. Maybe I'm a little jealous because I'm not playing. But Flacco needs to be benched. Stefanski needs to look himself in the mirror. And I understand why he's going with. I don't understand, but I understand why he's trying to preserve, because next we playing Minnesota overseas, and Minnesota got that rush pass, so he don't want to get Gabriel or Shedeur in a situation to get hurt. But he gonna get Flacco hurt because Flacco can't move, and our bench is like, and our offensive tackles are not good enough. Lucas and whoever else over there is not good enough. So put some youth in there. Get some moment. Have the fans be excited. I bet the fans, if we come out here right now, Stefanski, and say we're going with Gabriel, I bet the fans will be happy. At least they have something to look forward to Sunday morning, getting up at 9:30 in the morning against the Vikings. I don't know. If it's 9:30, they better do something. I want to see Gabriel in there. I don't want to see Flacco no more. Flacco had his chance. Gabriel is, I ain't going to say he's the future, but he's the now future, if that makes sense. But he's going to try to be the future. But we should see this change last week. But after this performance against the Lions, I said this week, I said you give Gabriel all the snaps, reps, whatever, to get him changed, give him a game plan. Like what kind of, like, he should go into the office, him and Stefanski should sit down and say, these are the plays I'm giving you, young man. These are the plays we're gonna run. We're gonna be in 3 tight end set. You run this with Junkins, and I will run the ball. I'm really not a run type person, but you got that boy Junkins, and he can rev it up. So use him. Use Junkins into the running game. Then you can go ahead and use that play action pass. The other day, we was using the play action, and the linebackers weren't even putting it up because they already knew that we weren't running the ball. So the play action pass is not, and they're not worried about Flacco moving because he has statue. If you get Gabriel in there, he will be able to move. Yes. So, yeah, hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? Yeah, so Gabriel needs to be in. Put Shedeur at the number 2. Leave Flacco as the emergency quarterback. Have Flacco be there, teaching them what reads and what not reads, and have them do great things for Gabriel and Shedeur. I feel that Shedeur should be the new quarterback of the Browns right now. Do not wait. Do it now, because the longer you wait, the more the Browns fans are not going to be interested. Do it now, and you will have some type of assignment going over in Europe and waking up at 9:30 in the morning. Hopefully, they'll play better. But Minnesota is mad because they lost, so they're going to be blitzing soon they get off that plane. So we need some mobility from our quarterback position. We need more timing from our quarterback position, and we need more youth from our quarterback position. And just like the New York Giants made that tough decision to bench Russell Wilson and go to Jackson Dart, I'm not saying Gabriel is Jackson Dart, because Jackson Dart was drafted higher than him. I'm just saying that youthfulness will come out because he's naive on what's going on. Plus, they don't have no tape. And tape is the best. If you don't have no tape on the quarterback, plus he's left-handed. So with Cam Robinson, now you maybe be able to block his right-hand side, and maybe it's enjoyable. Maybe when Conklin come back, Conklin has played left tackle. Maybe you can move Conklin to the left tackle or Cam Robinson left tackle, whoever. But we need a fusion of the youthfulness of this quarterback position. Flacco is not the thing no more. I'm sorry. Flacco had his day. Flacco was great in Baltimore. Flacco was great back then. Flacco was even great for those 6 games. But between the rookies who I trust more, unfortunately, I have to trust Gabriel right now. Shedeur right now is not ready. Me feeling Shedeur is not right now ready to take on what Stefanski is wanting from him, meaning managing the game. Shedeur is the most athletic quarterback of the two, but Gabriel is the more quarterback who is suited for that system now, as he is the under the center more. He can be under center more. He can turn his back more to the defense and play action. His play action game is better than Shedeur, in my opinion. Also, his time is more better than Shedeur right now. Now, if you talk about athleticism, I have to go with Shedeur. Shedeur is bigger. Shedeur arm might be better than stronger than Gabriel, but I think Gabriel right now in this system is more accurate and more in tune with the playbook than Shedeur. Do I want to see Shedeur play? Yes, I do want to see Shedeur play. That means that Gabriel got hurt. So that means all the quarterbacks got hurt. So I don't want to see that, but I would like to see Gabriel, and then if Gabriel messing up, put Shedeur in. You have to find out what's going on with these quarterbacks before this year is out. So bench Flacco, starts Gabriel, put Shedeur in the second seat. If Gabriel is not doing his thing or playing well, you put Shedeur in, and then we go from there. At least we have some type of excitement, because right now, watching these games is not it. I mean, that game against Green Bay was exciting, but the offense is boring. We need some type of infusion. Yeah, I mean, I understand they're trying to protect the rookies, but sometimes the best policy is going in there. The best thing is going in there with the fire in the line of fire, and take your lumps. Then you'll come out better. But stop protecting these rookies. Gabriel, y'all drafted Gabriel 3rd round for a reason. Y'all felt that he was good enough for your system. So take the handcuffs off and let the man play. Let the young man play. Put Shedeur in the second seat in the backup, and let Flacco be a coach, which he is more presented to be a coach right now, with his wisdom, with his expertise, can help him with the young players do their thing. But I feel as though the quarterback change should have been done. It should have been after the second game, for real, for me. I had enough of it. We know what Joe Flacco is. Flacco had his day with the Baltimore Ravens. He had his day, them 6 games with us, which was a mirage, as we see when it got to the playoff. You see what happened. And the coach didn't want him no more. Flacco, I'm sorry, you had your time. Pass the baton to Gabriel and Shedeur, and let them young boys play. But it's not your choice. Stefanski, you have to make that choice. Now, in Minnesota and over in Europe, if it's getting out of hand, I'm coming on Monday, and I'm blasting Stefanski for not putting in Gabriel or Shedeur. I'm guarantee you that. I'm coming on here mad as much, because I'm mad right now, but I'm guarantee you I'm coming on there. Now we're going to transition to another topic. Another topic is the 3-minute week 4 recap of the games. So I have it right here. The first game we got on the recap is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Washington Commanders. Atlanta won. Atlanta did their thing. Atlanta came back. Michael Penix came back. Bijan Robinson. Washington was without Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. The next game will be the Jazz versus the 49ers. What a game. The Jazz came back. Travis Etienne is running like he's a new man. The 49ers, Brock Purdy came back, but too many turnovers for Brock. And the most interesting thing is the coach and the coordinator, Robert Salah and Lynn Cohen, getting into it because he was talking about he was a spy. But the next couple of games will be the Rams and Colts. The Rams, what a comeback! What a game! The Colts blew it. Mitchell, I don't know what Mitchell was thinking. You have to secure the ball first before you do your little dance. I bet he learned it the hard way. I bet next time he get a chance to score, he going in the end zone before he do his little celebratory dance. The Ram, Matthew Stafford, Tutu Atwell just came in and just caught an 88-yard pass to win the game. That was a great game. The next game will be the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Chiefs won. I don't know what's wrong with the Ravens. The Ravens defense, they lost their best defensive tackle. They lost their best linebacker during the game, Roquan Smith. They also lost Marlon Humphrey. And Lamar got hurt. So the Ravens is just all messed up. We should be able to take them now, but we will see. The Chiefs played well. Xavier Worthy came back, and Mahomes looked like Mahomes. The Bears and the Raiders. The Bears won this on the heels of Caleb Williams' historic comeback. They won on a block kick. What's up with these block kicks? That's another subject. The Cards, and on Thursday night, the Cards versus Seattle. We saw that Seattle won on a great defensive play. The Cards messed up. The kicking game messed up for the Cardinals. Seattle won. The Vikings and the Steelers over in Dublin, Ireland. The Steelers beat the Vikings. The Steelers won on the heels of turnovers. In the last two games, they have turned over. The other team have turned over the ball 11 times. That's a great defensive strategy that the Steelers are employing. Get the other team to turn over the ball. The next, Bills and Saints. Hey, the Saints had the Bills kind of scared, but the Bills prevailed. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. James Cook is running the ball. They talk about touchdown regression. I don't think so. The Lions and Browns, we heard that Lions, the Sun guy doing his thing, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs with 91 yards. And we gave up a special team call. Damn, we gave up a special team kicker. Why it seem like everybody return punts against us? The next game, the Titans and the Texans. The Texans won. They whooped up on Cam Ward. Cam Ward down in Tennessee is getting kind of mad. He up there talking about we ass, which all is right now. But it's okay. Cam Ward would be back. He's the number 1 pick for a reason. Get Calvin Ridley out there, and y'all energy will change. Texans win that 26-0. Wow. The Panthers and the Patriots. Drake May is coming to his own. The Patriots look like Drake May is coming to his own. The Patriots won that. Trayvon Henderson had his little thing, but Drake May is the truth down in the Patriots. The Chargers versus the Giants. Jackson Dart. Unfortunately, I send my blessing out to Malik Neighbors. He got injured with a torn ACL. My blessing, a full recovery for Malik Neighbors. But Jackson Dart, he did his thing. He won rushing touchdown, 1 throwing touchdown. He only threw for 111 yards, but he got the win. And the last in the game is the Eagles and the Bucs. My damn Baker Mayfield. Why you throw that interception? You could have just threw that ball away. But the Eagles have problems. And even though the Eagles are 4-0, what they going to do with A.J. Brown? And Saquon Barkley is not doing what he did last year. What's up, JD? How you doing? And Saquon is not doing. He only averaging 3.9 rushing yards, way off from what he was averaging last year. The Eagles is winning, but they barely winning. It seems like every game they get a block kick or something. They ain't not going to be able to sustain that. Jalen Hurts got to get A.J. Brown involved in more game, or I would like to see A.J. Brown get out of Philly and come somewhere that he is appreciated. That's the NFL 3-minute week 4 recap of the game with your boy, Kellz. We're going to go ahead and transition to the other topics. which is the Gardens. Gardens clinched. Gardens clinched. They came back from a 15-game winning streak, hole to beat the Detroit Tigers. What a comeback! It's only two teams who came close to that. It's way back in the day. 1914 Boston Braves came back from a 15-game went to win their division, and the most recently was the 1978 Yankees, who came back from a 14 division. So this is rare. So Guardians, congratulations for clinching the division. Y'all clinched the playoff, but we play the Tigers. The one thing I hate though is when we play another team over after we beat them. That's like, come on now. We could have played the Red Sox or somebody, but we know how the Detroit Tigers play. We know we can hit Scooble, their best pitcher. We know that Gavin Williams and Tanner Bybee are going to pitch well for us. And the one thing we can bank on, the Guardians is clutch. They even won in dramatic fashion last night. Rocchio with his 2-run home run to clinch. That was just the ice on the cake. We start off the playoffs tomorrow against the Tigers. We play the Tigers, so let's go Guardians. Congratulations on clinching. Now we have to finish out what we started. We cannot let up. We got to put our foot on their necks. Do not stop winning these playoff games. Let's go to the World Series. Let's get to the pennant. I don't think Scuba's pitching game one. They didn't come out with the pitching rotation yet. I will get back with y'all on that. But if it does, who cares? We already hit him. He already traumatized by hitting David Fry in the face with a ball. I know I'm mad. I know I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. Our best are coming alive. Our best are coming. Our best is going. We just got to wait till 2 outs. Once it's 2 outs, I think we concentrate more. That is funny because we are the best 2 out. We are the best team in clutch situations like that with runners on scoring base with 2 outs. So our best are doing great. The one thing about this Guards team I like is they never give up. They will always scrap and play, and that's a testament to manager Stephen Vogt, which should get some type of votes for manager of the year. But yes, our best will come alive, and our best came out alive at the right time. We are peaking at the right time. I always say, if you're going to win something, you have to peak at the right time. Don't peak when it's like in the beginning of the year. You peak September, October, going to this fall classic. So congratulations, Gardens. Y'all doing y'all third thizzle. Keep it up. Y'all making Cleveland proud. Let's go, Guardians. Now we're going to transition into the wild card playoff winners prediction. You already know who I got for the American League. I have the Guards winning, being the Tigers. I also got the Yankees being the Red Sox. I feel though the Yankees got too much power, and with them and Max Fry, they starting pitcher is their ace. The pitching is good for the Yankees, starting with Max Fry, but they back with Stanton, with Chisholm, and best player. I mean, one of the best players in the major right now, Aaron Judge, hitting home runs. I think it's going to be too much for the Boston Red Sox, even though they have that boy Chapman in the bullpen who can shut down Judge and Stanton because he left-handed, and also Trevor Story is a good piece for them to have. Other than that, I'm picking the Yankees to win that series. I'm picking the Guardians to win their series. On the National League side, I'm picking Old Faithful. Guess who back? Guess who back in the playoff? He went back to Ohio though. At least he stayed in Ohio. Terry Francona is managing the Reds, and the Reds have made the playoffs. The Reds is going against the Dodgers, the most expensive team in the Major League history. But I'm picking the Dodgers. Unfortunately, Terry Francona is a great coach, great manager. He gonna have them scrapping. He gonna have them playing. Aladela Cruz is a very, very capable player to take over a game with his batting, with his speed, with his defensive tendency, with his power too, and he can steal base. But the Dodgers got too many bats. You got too many bats over there, and one of the best pitchers, two-way players, and that people haven't saw, Sonny Ohtani. He hit for power, he hit for average, and he throw 100 miles per hour. So I'm picking the Dodgers in that series. The next series is the Cubs versus the Padres. The Padres, another team that went out and played a lot for Tatis and Manny Machado, which came back as a good investment because both of them players are still young enough to contribute. Machado is leading the way for the Padres. With that, I would pick the Padres. The Padres going to win. The Cubs got some scrappy players, though. I mean, they got some real good scrappy players over there, but that team is too good and too powerful of a team lineup that for the Cubs to succumb to to overcome their power and their pitching staff. So I'm picking the Padres to win that. I'm picking the Padres to win their series. I'm picking the Dodgers. Also, I'm picking the Guardians and the Yankees to win their series. This playoff gonna be some type of wicked. Whoever win it is gonna be great. Let's go ahead, but let's go guards. I'm going for our guards. Everybody put their hands up and let's go guards. We're gonna transition to our other topic. Right now, we talk about the WNBA playoff. The Lynx has been eliminated. They were the number one team in the WNBA, but they also lost their star player in Pitcher Collar with an injury the other game. They also lost their coach. Now, I have a question. She said some things about the officiating, but would y'all have suspended her? I don't think I would have suspended her. It's too crucial for them to suspend her. I think they should have just fined her and then maybe gave her a suspension next year. This game was too viable for the Lynx for their coaching not to be there. Plus, they were without their best player. But the Lynx came to play. Connie McBride, Courtney Williams, they did their thing. They really tried to play. And if y'all saw the press conference with Connie McBride, she was very emotional. And I understand because they tried their best and they overcome the best player not being there, but they still didn't get to where they wanted to get to. So it was unfortunate that the Lynx was eliminated. They was down a man. They girl, and that girl was their best player, almost an MVP candidate, and it was too much for them to overcome. Plus, they were without their coach. So shout out to the Lynx for trying, but this year you got it. We're gonna go on to talking about. We're gonna transition to talk about the Fever versus the Ace. The Fever. Now the Fever is something different. The Fever withstood another elimination. This is their third time this season that they fall off in elimination. Can they do it again in a winner take all against the best player in the WNBA and A'ja Wilson? I would say this. The last week I said that it's Kelsey Mitchell scored over 20 points, they will win. And last night, the other night, she scored over 20 points. Also, Atlanta Boston played well. She had a double-double with 24 points, 14 rebounds. Mitchell and Boston withstood A'ja Wilson 31 points. But for the Fever to win this, Mitchell and Boston will have to play the same game. They will have to play really, really hard because A'ja Wilson and them girls going to be up for the challenge. But, hey, they start off elimination. It's tied 2-2. I like this type of games because you will get everybody to go throw everything to everybody. Going to be throwing everything to each other. This is going to be a great game. I want to watch it. I'm probably going to try to watch it to see how it goes. But I'm picking the Ace because they got the best player. And normally when you got the best player show up. So I'm picking the Ace for this. But the Fever played well without their best player. But I give kudos for Cassie Milton. Mitchell took over that range when Kayla Clark got injured. Her and Atlanta Boston did their thing to help the Fever get to where they are. So congrats to Kelsey Mitchell and Boston for getting there. They're getting there. But it'd be ironic if they win because then you would have the Mercury. I am very impressed because other people showed up. Now you see other people talent. They were just talking about Kaylin Clark, but now you got Mitchell. Mitchell is a great guard, is another guard who can score to help Kaylin Clark. Now all you have to do is get her back, and then you already know you got another 20-point scorer with another 20-point scorer, and then you got that big girl. I mean, I don't mean to call her big, but you got that girl down low in Atlanta, Boston, who can rock out and who can play defense. Now you got a team that can defend, can shoot, and who can challenge the teams like the Aces and the Lynx and the Mercury for this title. But once again, with Kaylin Clark, I'll probably pick the Fever. But without Kaylin Clark, I'm going with the Ace. They got the best player in the WNBA, Ezra Wilson, 4-time MVP, and she gonna come out and show why she the 4-time MVP. And she don't want to get eliminated by the Fever. She don't want to go home right now. I don't think she want to go home. Maybe she do. She already got her hardware, but I think she want that other title. I think she really want that other title. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna. Other than that, all the girls, congratulations, y'all played well. Let's see what the Fever. Let's see who's gonna play against the Mercury. If it's gonna be the Ace or it's gonna be the Fever. I'm picking the Ace. Let's go, Ezra Wilson. Let's go. Now we're gonna transition to that. Ohio State defeated Washington. What a game Saturday. Ohio State came out a little slow because this is their first road game, I think, this year, going into a place where Washington has won 22 games. Washington won 22 games. They played Ohio State. Ohio State came in there a little not disjointed they first play of the first series. They left on 4 downs. Then they punted. Then Washington punted. Then they fumbled the ball. But Matt Patricia's defense is the truth. That is the truth defense. They held Washington to only 6 points. The offense is getting its stuff together. I really like Jalen Samuels. I didn't know nothing about Jalen Samuels coming into the season, but he showed me well. He played well against Texas. He played well. The other schools. Really don't matter because Ohio State was going to beat them. But to come on a road, his first road game, being a freshman / second year player, was very good in that hostile environment. If y'all watch the game, y'all can hear that noise. That noise was something else. That noise was something else. But to be 22 or 28 and throw a touchdown pass to Jeremiah Smith, who had 8 catches for 81 yards, was a great testament to that young man. That young man gonna take us somewhere. I would like to see him. I would like to see him open it up more for him, to get him more exposure, to get him, because I think he's a great decision maker. From the games that I watch, he don't put nobody in harm. So Ryan Day, Brian Hartline, open up the playbook a little bit. I see what y'all trying to do. Y'all getting him a little bit here, getting him a little bit there. But going into Big Ten play against the likes of Penn State, Iowa, Illinois, Oregon, especially Oregon. You're going to definitely have to open the playbook. You cannot just let Oregon, we can just not try to run the ball with Peoples and C.J. Donaldson and Bo Jackson. That's funny. Bo Jackson, which is a freshman, which he ran the ball really, really good. And we got that big boy C.J. Donaldson to ball in front of one. But Ohio State, the number 1 ranked team in the nation, get ready for a Big Ten play. Ohio State beat Washington. Washington was a great foe. But unfortunately, Washington ran into a buzzsaw on the defensive side of the ball. Matt Patricia is bringing that NFL-type defense to Ohio State, and them boys are receiving it. Great game by Ohio State. Great play by Julian Sand. Keep it up with the play. Let's go, Ohio State. Who is the biggest threat? The biggest threat is ourselves. I watched the Penn State game. with the all white out against Oregon. But if I would have to say, or if I had to pick, I would pick Oregon. Oregon is the big. Oregon always tough. Dan Lanning, Oregon, the head coach, always got them boys prepared to play. And I like their uniforms. Their uniforms cool. But I mean, and they got that boy. That boy is nice. The quarterback is nice for them. And so I would say Oregon would be the threat. Penn State is Penn State. You know what you'll get from Penn State. You know what you'll get from James Franklin. You'll get a hard-nosed Drew Aller type of game. You'll get Penn State trying to stop the run, but you can throw on Penn State. But Drew Aller is one of them quarterbacks. If you get him in rhythm, he's a dangerous type. But I would say Oregon. But if I'm being truthful to myself, I say we the only team. It's us against us. If we mess up, we mess up. But Ohio State is the best team in the nation right now, bar none. The teams that I was watching, they're better than LSU. They're better than Florida. They're better than Miami. They're better than anybody who in that top 5. They're better than Ohio State. If they want to win the game, if they want to win it this year, they have to play like they played against Washington and Texas. That defense got to bring it because we're going to move up in the rankings, and these offenses going to get a little bit tougher, more tougher than what we have been playing. So, O State, be prepared to know that y'all going against a top-level team. O State, OH, IO, let's go. Ohio State, John saying, y'all the best. Let's keep it going. I think the best conference is the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten took over from the SEC, the SAC, because Alabama is down. You really don't hear too much about Auburn no more. Also, tennis in the SAC, Tennessee, all the teams that you usually hear is not making noise anymore because the Big Ten and everybody caught up with them because of the transfer portal. We getting on boys from Texas and down south now, and Alabama and Georgia and all them can't just funnel them into their system no more. They're going elsewhere, so they're giving us more speed, more type of, instead of Big Ten used to be known for we just gonna bruise, we just go set 5-on-5, let our offensive linemen beat you up. No, not no more. You gonna have to pass the ball. You gonna have to spread these people out. And Ohio State got wide receivers now that ran 4-4 that can spread them out. They got a quarterback who can run now. They got a quarterback who thinks. They got linemen. So, no, the Big Ten from top to bottom is better than the SAC now because, Penn State and the inclusion of Oregon and Washington and the Pac-12, them coming over, USC, all them people coming over here to be in the Big Ten really helped the Big Ten. Now, from top to bottom, the Big Ten has teams, have colleges that are very good in what they do. So Ohio State is the best of all of them. I feel. I'm not saying that because I'm from Ohio, but they are the best. Right now, Ohio State is the best. And the only way we gonna lose this if we beat ourselves. But I don't think Matt Day, he learned how to win now. I don't feel like he will have that. I don't feel like he will allow that to happen now. I don't feel like he will allow, in the Michigan game, himself to play conservative. Because that's the game we have to be revenge, the Michigan game. But Ohio State is the best team. Let's go, Ohio State. We are the best team. Show that y'all the best team. John saying, Jeremiah, we got the best wide receiver in the land, Jeremiah Smith, and we got the best defense. So with Smith and Sand together and the best defense in the land, who gonna beat us? Y'all let me know who y'all gonna beat. Who gonna beat Ohio State? No, nobody gonna beat us. We the best. We're gonna transition to Ohio State. Great. Let's go. Ohio State. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win the Big Ten. We're gonna win the national championship. And now we're gonna transition into another topic. The topic we're gonna transition is, but it's gonna be a great thing. We're gonna have a great Michigan. We on your butt. Pause. We gonna beat y'all this year. I know that we should beat y'all last year, but we played to y'all strength, and now we gonna play to our strength. Michigan, we at you. Michigan, we at y'all. So let's go, Ohio State. Let's go. Let's go, Ohio State. Let's go. But, that's how it goes. Ohio State, best team in the land. Michigan, y'all suck. Iowa, y'all suck. All the big teams suck, but Ohio State. Okay. Now we're going to transition into, okay. Well, would y'all like to comment down at the below? Do y'all think Ohio State is the best team in the land? Or what y'all think about the guards, the WNBA playoffs? Who do y'all have on against the WNBA? Now I'm going to talk about okay. All right. One more wrap this up. Unfortunately, I have a technical difficulty. I apologize for that. But I'm going to wrap this up. You can follow me on Instagram at Kellz the Truth. You can also follow me on TikTok and Facebook at Brian Kelly. You also can watch me on the EnDaZone Sports Mondays and Friday at 7 p.m. You also can watch me on the Diva Spy Media Network. Also, you can also is available on YouTube. Let's go. Have a great day. Peace.
Like the Cavs, we gotta let them know. We got it with a ship for bees head. We got it with a ship for bees head. Like the Cavs, we gotta let them know.
You are now locked in with Antoine Spivey. This is EnDaZone Sports.